for our State Farm Insurance combination of the game. When you have the right combination, great things happen like this. It happens to all of us. Logwood out front now, left wing to Elijah. Lob back door, and the flush for O. EB with a perfect feed. EB points to Coach Neal. Great call. Points to O. Great finish. Yeah, that was out of a timeout. It was beautifully executed and beautifully finished. The setup for Brown, the flush for a Jet. The State Farm combination of the game, indeed presented by State Farm Insurance. Talk to an agent about combining your home and auto into a plan that's right for you. Here to help life go right. State Farm. All right, time to select our P&M Reliable Player of the Game for his work tonight. 20 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, just 3 turnovers in 37 minutes. The P&M Reliable Player of the Game is Lobos shooting guard, fourth-year junior Elijah Brown. Feeds Elijah Brown, baseline right. Brown gets a screen, rises for another deuce. He got it. No, they're going to say a triple. They want to check that one, Hunter. They'll check the monitor when they get a chance, but right now it's a 3-ball. And it stayed a 3-ball. 1 of 4 Elijah made in 7 attempts. EB was 8 of 18 from the floor, and his 20 points was a Lobo high. He is the P&M Reliable Player of the Game. P&M here for you in all of New Mexico. Reliable people, reliable partner in our communities. Reliable power. Nationally, P&M consistently ranks among the best for keeping the lights on. P&M, Reliable Player of the Game, is Lobo shooting guard Elijah Brown. You mentioned the fine work of Jordan Hunter off the bench for New Mexico. He continues that here tonight. He is our Subway sub of the game. Brought to you by Subway of New Mexico. Jordan Hunter in this contest was terrific. Efficient in 18 bench minutes. He scored 6 points, went 2 of 3 floor, all 3 attempts from the arc. Had 4 rebounds, 2 assists, just turned it over twice. Jordan Hunter, the Subway sub of the game, brought to you by Subway of New Mexico. Congratulations to Jordan Hunter. Subway restaurants keep you going on and off the court. Stop in today. Subway, eat fresh. Timeout. We come back. Still to come, Delta Dental Coaches' Comments post-game. Time for our Delta Dental post-game Coaches' Comments, brought to you by Delta Dental of New Mexico. We welcome in Lobo head coach Craig Neal. And Coach Neal, there was a time there in the second half the Lobos made a run. Thought that they might get back into it. Colorado State, they got a lot of ways to score the ball, don't they?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I thought our defense was pretty good. We held them to 68. They shot 27% from 3. Guys, it's just very hard for me being an offensive guy for so many years. And we've worked really hard defensively. I think tonight they gave great effort. They made some tough shots. They got 2 really good players in Amagbu and Clavel who made plays. We just couldn't get anything offensively. I mean, we couldn't. We got no bodies movement. You know, I always said we need bodies to move. We need the ball to move, and we just couldn't get anything going. We just. Our guys looked uncomfortable. They looked hesitant, and it's part of what we're trying to do and get them going and doing things. And people, they guard us a little bit different today, made it difficult, made it a little bit more physical. And Fresno did the same thing. So, we couldn't get over the hump. We cut it to 40-38, made a nice run, and then they went bam, 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 and they're back up 9. So, I was talking to Chelsea, and she told me it's since the Dayton game, which is the 3rd game in a tournament, and Illinois State, it's the first time we haven't had any fast break points because we couldn't get any stops and get it going. And when you play 4 guards, you want to get it out, you want to run, you want to do some things, but I thought our pace at the start of the game was not very good. I didn't think we played with the urgency and the intensity that we wanted to. And I thought our guys were a little bit tentative. I mean, I think we had some guys make some plays and try to make some plays, but we didn't shoot the ball very well. And everybody's keying on Elijah, and he's feeling it a little bit, and he's putting a lot of pressure on himself. But it's difficult to do it by yourself. But, we didn't move the ball when they went at us, so we've just got to go back to work and try to figure out how to score the ball. But we're first in the country with free throw rate, and we only got 7. But give them credit; they played extremely hard, and they're playing extremely well. And they know their roles, and they know who's supposed to do what. And right now, we're trying to patchwork a system in that we haven't been doing for a long time. So it's a little bit different for our guys and putting guys in different spots.
Coach, in the last couple of games, it seems like the team has struggled to produce points outside of Elijah and of course missing Tim, but like Dane and Jefferson and the guys that are. I mean, tonight they were 1 for 9 combined.
Well,
is it because teams
they were worried worse than that? Well, I mean, if you look at it by film, I would think that their shots were open. I just don't think we made shots.
Why are they uncomfortable? You mentioned that they were.
Well, I think you're putting a whole new system in. I mean, we're trying to throw in 5 or 6, 7 different things and putting guys in positions they haven't played. I'm playing Sam Logwood at the 4 spot, and I'm playing 4 guards. We haven't done that a lot, and now we're trying to put in offenses and do different things, and I think they're uncomfortable with it, and I think they think too much, and I think that's part of not being able to do it the whole year, not being able to do things. But I don't think I don't think we came out with the same intensity that we've been playing with the last few games. I just think we looked a little slow, especially defensively. I thought we were late to help. I thought we were late to try to contest shots. But I thought in the second half they really competed. I thought Dane did a good job on Clavel, even though he made some tough shots, and that's what happens.
Yeah. Elijah was one of the last out of the locker room and missed the first minute or did not start and play the first minute.
We got some illnesses.
Yeah.
We got some illnesses. We had some illnesses at Fresno, but that's not an excuse. I mean, we had Jordan Hunter and him came down late, so we have some issues with that. But, we got other guys that can play, but they didn't make it down time to start the game.
Is it getting passed around? You said Kuiper wasn't feeling well against Fresno
Yeah,
State.
I don't know if it's getting passed around. I just know we got some guys but that's not an excuse. I mean, that's just part of it. So, I mean, we can go over that until we've beat a dead horse with excuses, but that's not what happened. We just didn't play very well.
In the first half, Avashi Jet had 8 points, and that was created off of ball penetration, and it seemed like either CSU eliminated that or we just kind of got away from that.
Well, we didn't get away from it because we run the same offense. So it wasn't we got away from it. I just think we didn't make plays. And if you look at the film and watch the game, he had 2 or 3 opportunities in the second half. He didn't make them or he didn't catch them.
Right.
And what happens is Fresno State and Colorado State have watched our tape of Boise game. And they're not going to let just run in the rim and dunk it. Right. And so we have to be able to make skip passes. We got to be able to move the ball. And when we don't do that, then you're going to be stagnant. You can't throw it to him in traffic. Right. Team scout, they watch what you do. We all do it. And now they're shrinking the floor. They're not going to let him roll to the rim without anybody there. And now we got to make the next pass. And that's what we're not doing.
That ball penetration, not only to create passes, but to get to the rim and get fouled. And that's a big part of your scoring. And Elijah didn't even shoot a free throw tonight.
First ever.
Our ball penetration was not ball penetration to make a score. Our ball penetration was to pass it to somebody late. Yeah. And when you dribble and nobody plays you, you better get to the rim, or at least try to get to the rim, and we didn't do that. We were looking to pass it, and we weren't looking to make plays to the rim. And, I talked about it last night on my radio show. We've got to be more physical to the rim and make more plays to the basket. And guys got to be offensive-minded, and then if they're not there, then you get rid of it. But we just couldn't get any rhythm. We just couldn't get any continuity going offensively. We didn't get any scores in a row, didn't get any runs. Because a lot of it is we got some good stops in the start of the second half, but we gave them offensive rebounds. And when you do that, that kind of deflates what you're trying to do and takes away your fast break points, which we didn't have any.
Elijah's first game of his career without a free throw attempt is what other teams are doing defensively, keeping him out of the painted area?
Well, if you look, it's just like I tried to tell everybody, and if you really look at the game and people think that they really know the game and want to talk about our number one free throw rate. The reason why we're number one in free throw rate is because we're up 8 or 9 at the end of the game with 3 minutes to go, and they're fouling us, and we're shooting 14 to 16 free throws at the end of the game. It's not because we're warranting getting fouled consistently through the game. We're winning games and we're getting fouled. Elijah Brown shoots 14, 12, a lot of his are last 2 minutes of games. And if you go back and you look at his stats, I'll bet you he hasn't shot double figures in the first half in the free throw line. And that's why we're good at what we do when we do get to the free throw line, is because we've had leads, we're able to control it, we get the ball to the right people, and then he makes 10 of 12 or 10 of 10. Or, I mean, you can go down the stat sheets that we've had on all games, and that's what happens.
When a player like Clavel gets going like he did, they do have a lot of guys who can score the ball, and Hunter made the point that they have at least 4 in their starting lineup that can get their own shot if they want it. But when Clavel's getting going, is he a guy that you would try to take the ball out of his hands?
Well, we did. We went no help. That's why he didn't score late. I mean, we put Dane in no help, and that's why he struggled late, because that's what we did, and that's the adjustment we make. But, I think there's a difference, and Hunter knows this. We have guys who can create their own shot. Are they going to make their own shot? They've got guys that create their shot and make their shots. So
shot makers versus shot takers.
No, we got guys, but they've got to grow into that. I mean, at one time we had 3 freshmen on the floor. I mean, we had Jalen Harris, Ahir, and Damian. We had 3 freshmen on the floor that have never been playing together all year. So, I mean, we have some guys that are feeling their way through. They're going to get there, but it's difficult right now, and we're just trying to help them with their confidence and trying to make them aggressive and make them make plays. But when you don't see it go through the rim a couple times, it's difficult, especially for young kids.
Hunter made that point about 2 freshmen in the starting lineup and the significant minutes you're giving to the young players.
Well, it's what we have,
right,
and what we have to do. I mean, we know our situation, and we're trying to get those guys some confidence. But there's not any time that we're not having trying to get guys to make plays and do that. It's just that hopefully they'll make some shots and see them go down and make some plays. I mean, Damian made some great plays to the rim. I mean, he just couldn't get it. He made some great plays to the rim, couldn't get a call. He made some aggressive moves. He just couldn't get it over. He made some nice shots. It just didn't go tonight. And, Dane's the same way. Dane's got to get out of where he's just a jump shooter, because he showed at the end where he can drive it and get to the rim, and he's got athletic ability. He's long. I mean, we got some guys that can make those plays. They're basketball players. They're not just jump shooters.
All right, so the trip to Laramie, and you have the extra day of preparation, which is nice because you guys have been going at breakneck pace.
Yeah, it's we're in a situation where we got the 3rd hardest schedule in the conference, and we've played more Tuesday, Saturday games than anybody, and I know we've played more late night games than anybody, so that's just part of it. But our guys will get some rest tomorrow, and then we'll get back to work on Thursday and then get ready for Saturday.
All right,
it's all going to be tough the rest of the way, and we know that. We just got to get ready for it.
All right, best of luck. And we'll see
thanks,
you
guys. Appreciate it.
Bubba head coach Craig Neal, the Delta Dental coach's comments brought to you by Delta Dental of New Mexico. Almost 400,000 New Mexicans covered by Delta Dental plans. For more info, log on to deltadentalnm.com.